Hey yo, what's goody, everybody? Yo, thank y'all for watching. This is the 60th, 68th, this is 60th, 68th episode of the In Your Face show. And I'm here with my main man, my good brother, my radio brother, Jeff Strange. What's up, my brother? Introduce
Good,
yourself.
man. How you feeling, brother?
Feeling good, my man. Introduce yourself, my brother. Talk to the people.
It's Jeff Strange.
Yes, indeed. It's your boy Jeff Strange, straight from Brooklyn. You know how we do it. As you can see in the background, I do a show called The Strange Experience. My station is called Strange Sounds Radio, and I'm a product of the '70s radio, comic books, hip hop. That's me in a nutshell.
Shoot that, shoot that, shoot that.
That's just me in a nutshell. Everything I do, it's got to involve one of those three.
Shoot that, shoot that, shoot that. So my main man, yo, what is your thoughts, man, on the comic book industry today? What is your thoughts, man?
Well, um, it seems like the comics are trying to make a change to be better. Some don't really know how to go about it, because especially in these turbulent times we just all been through. Um, they want, the big thing is representation. You know, some do it right, some still, they ain't getting it right, and nobody wants to ask questions. Thank you, Thank you, Matthew. I am a voiceover artist as well. Thank you. Um, I just came from Comic-Con. you know, um, the thing about like my comic book, which is called Strange World Comics, it came from one day at a job I was doing where I had a lot of free time, and I was just sitting there, and quite funny, it got started because the super of the building, he was a straight Republican. This was Obama's year, and I'm just creating this stuff, and he took the radio away when when inauguration day happened, and in that building, a lot of the students wanted to listen, all flavors. So I pulled out the little clock radio that's there, and I turned it on, and we all listening to Obama's inaugural speech. And then he got mad, like, yeah, we don't more radio, and took the radio like a little angry kid. I said, okay. So Idle Mind is a devil's playground. So of course I was starting to, and poof, Strange World Comics. I made like 10 characters within 2 weeks, just sitting there with all that free time that whole day.
Yeah, I mean, so what? Okay, so in the midst of doing those characters, what was your infliction on? What was like? Did it take that time, a lot of time to do those characters, or you're a quick sketcher?
Well, the first thing I did, I wanted to think about what kind of character I wanted to create. Like
Right.
these days, now they doing the flips. Like everybody's mad about the Little Mermaid because she's black, and I'm like, okay, it's a fictional story. Whatever, I understand. You just don't want to just make it black or whatever, But I made all my characters original characters. I didn't, everybody uses a template, but I
Mm-hmm.
tried to stay as far away from the original as much as possible. Because, like, there's many characters out there. You can see where their influence comes from. You could look at some of my characters and go like, where's the influence come from? And then when I tell you, then you get it. But it's like I have one character that I call Strange after myself, and I just inserted a little bit of myself in the character, and not to make it all about me, because I didn't name the character Jeff either. So but it's all about making a character that appeals to people. you can't, continue to have, the same characters that's out now. And then, some of these Hollywood writers, they're lazy. So they'll try to just refashion an idea, or like they'll make huge mistakes. Like when they tried to create, like Marvel tried to create 2 gay and lesbian characters. What was the character's name? It's Safe Space and something. And they just had 2 people of color with blue and pink hair.
Right.
Nobody felt that. And, it's like, also when like they try to do things for TV, like the character Mr. Terrific from DC, when they brought him to the Flash, everyone, I was excited. Like, yeah, Mr. Terrific, the third smartest person on the planet. He was so dope. Batman bought his company because he wanted him on his side. Like, no, you gonna work for me, bro. We gonna do some stuff. And
right.
TV, he was gay comic relief, and a lot of people thought I was bashing him because he was gay. I was like, no, they made him gay comic relief.
Right.
And the thing I really, it didn't make sense when he's himself. Dude's hair is out to here, but when he puts on the T-mask, it's braided back. How that happened?
That's like
go to any braid shop. You're gonna be there at least 6 hours.
Yeah. You see how that happened?
But the T-spears is like just spitting out like 17 Senegalese African women. Like, come on, we're going to make your hair look so good. Like, how was that happening?
Right.
But you got to make it make sense. Like I said, I'm a kid from the 70s, and I still remember when they brought Spider-Man to TV at the same time that Marvel had brought Hulk and the Lou Ferrigno. Now, according to some other videos and research that I've seen, it was doing great, but CBS didn't want to be known as the superhero network, so they canceled it after 2 seasons.
Right.
And when they brought it to TV, they gave Spider-Man 1 web shooter and a utility belt. I was like, okay. I noticed in the 70s, Batman Adam West is still kind of fresh in their mind. So is that why you gave him a utility belt? But, plus, he walking up the wall like this. Clearly you see the strings and everything else, but, that's what it was back then. I mean, I could go on about those TV shows and stuff like that.
I mean, my interjection is, I feel like a lot of these, Hollywood writers, they're out of touch with the comics.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that, if you're going to do a comic book, at least make it relatable. You're going to do a comic book movie, make it relatable. I had a discussion with one of my boys at work today, and he said a lot of those movies related to the comic. I said not many people related to it. Not many people understood it. Not comic book people, because comic book people see more than just the movie. We actually create that stuff, so we want to see some of the stuff that we create. You know what I'm saying? That we do. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people that grew up on, like, for example, a lot of people grew up on Gambit, right? Okay. If you grew up on Gambit, right? Think about it. If you grew up on Gambit, bro, and you know that he talks like he's from Louisiana, right? Cajun.
In the bayou. He got
right, bayou. Right. So in the Wolverine or what was X-Men Origins, whatever it's called, Wolverine Origins.
Yeah. Oh, the movie.
Wolverine Origins, right? When Wolverine Origins came on, they had this nigga in a top hat, a trench coat, and a fucking stick. I'm saying to myself, in his cards or whatever, I'm saying to myself, Is they really trying to make fun of us or something like this? Like this nigga didn't look nothing like the Gambit. Didn't fit the character at all. Didn't even to me he didn't even sound like he was from the Bayou. Like they just and basically they picked they ain't Wolverine supposed to be short as a motherfucker like 3 foot or 4 foot?
No, he's supposed to be at least like 5'3", maybe somewhere between 4'9" and 5'3".
Right. Now, like the average girl, right? So
Damn.
I'm just saying, you know what I mean? From the average female is like 5'6", 5'3". I'm just saying, God damn it. But what I'm saying is like this. If you really look at the situation, right? The Raging Cajun, basically what I'm saying. See, Titan, you get what I'm saying? Like, what I'm saying is like this. They made this Wolverine look like he's a fucking, like, this motherfucker is a giant running through the jungle. Like, I'm like, and he's, like, don't get me wrong, Hugh Jackman
Yeah, he did his thing.
did his thing, man, and I love him for that. But come on now, at least make it relatable. Like, at least make him wear the mask and the whole getup of Wolverine.
And see,
Not wear a tank top and some jeans.
and that's the thing, because you see that because people are so visual. Like, okay, yeah, he was jacked for it and everything else, and we dug it. He embodied the role. He still needed to be shorter. He still needed, he be hairy as hell, and Diesel. But this is a movie. They're selling the video, the visual. Women at the time,
The Titan Spartan said it sucked. Yeah, and they fucked up Deadpool, bro. Like this nigga had Cyclops powers. I'm just saying, Cyclops powers, bro. Cyclops powers. When he was fighting Deadpool, the last battle before Saber 2 came, when Saber 2 came and was fighting Deadpool at the end of the Wolverine Origins.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it did. Yeah. Titan, you're absolutely right. It did. Suck like a Dyson. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like Old Man Logan, it was okay. It just didn't like he wasn't as you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
because they wanted this to be the more dramatic and less action, and everybody found it, because of the cinematic and it's operatic, like, oh, it's a love story of life, and it's comic books.
Exactly.
Books.
Keep your comic books. Like, nigga, like, you know how many people, you know what I mean? And this is the thing like this too. Okay? Black Panther, right? You know how many people went to go see that shit and don't even know a stitch of Black Panther, don't even know a little bit of it.
Nah. It's like when movies come out, all of a sudden people become experts.
Exactly. Even people who don't even know about comic books gonna tell us comic book people about.
And I'm like, bruh, go to your Wikipedia, because I know you
Exactly.
don't want to hear anything else. I said, dude, I've read the book. And I was like, he's like, oh, you don't know nothing about comic books. I said, okay, who's Doc Savage? Who? Exactly. Get out of my face.
Exactly. Like, and the fact is that when it comes to comics, it's like, is it like, are we sitting here in facts know nothing about Black Panther? Nothing. I mean, nothing. Like, not even a little bit. And I seen black folks wearing dashikis. Since when you wear a dashiki? Since when you wear a dashiki? You ain't in touch with your goddamn African roots.
I still remember one young kid was like, he said, yo, I went to see Black Panther, man. Yo, T'Challa was the shit. And I was like, to who?
T'Challa. T'Challa.
I said, that's not how you say his name. Yes, it is. I said, bro, this is from years, okay? years that you haven't had yet. You were still itching your daddy's pants when I read comic books. Okay, I've been reading comic books since I was 5. I'm 54 now. I've been reading comics for a long time.
Long time.
T'Challa.
T'Challa.
This. Okay, he talks with that African accent from that part of the world, so you can make sure when you go and see Black Panther, you go see T'Challa, the king. Hi, auntie.
Exactly. And that's the thing too. Like, if you really, 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 really got into Black Panther, right? I feel in my heart, man, that was a slap in the face to black folks. Basically, that's taking that back, and we already see the slave movies all over the goddamn place. So basically, they're going to give you a make believe world, Wakanda. Where in the world is Wakanda?
Africa. But see,
no, yeah, I mean, think about it.
I mean, you know,
exactly.
The thing that I really had noticed, because art imitates life. There's certain parts of the stuff that they take and put in, like Jack Kirby. Respect him in a lot of things, but in a lot of sense of the word, it seems like, man, Titan. With you, Adam here needs to be seen.
Oh yes.
Back to what I was saying. In some parts of it, Wakanda is actually Haiti.
True that.
In some essences, it's Haiti.
The reason why I have my interjection, reason why I have my doubts, right? is the reason why I have my doubts is it's just that, like, for example, okay. let me get all the way into this shit.
You about to woosah.
We saw. You know what I mean? Like, but reason why it just got me thinking, man. Is it bad that, and I don't mean this, I'm not racist at all. We not racist, you know what I'm saying? How can a white dude write a black person's story?
They can only write what they see. If they don't ask, it's like this, if anybody out there has read, it was a What If series involving Miles Morales. This was like the biggest slap in the face, and Marvel kept it on the hush hush, but people have been talking about it. You can go find it anywhere on YouTube right now. What if Miles Morales such and such? They had What If Miles Morales was Thor? Whoever wrote this book was writing all the stereotypical things that he thought black people would say. When he changed into Thor, he says hammer time. Who's still saying that?
Right. That's crazy, man.
They gave him MC Hammer and all that kind of stuff. Everybody hated him when he was out because, everybody was trying to stay hardcore, and then he's going so pop, but he sold 7.5 million records. Then later we see he just helped expand hip hop, or at least rap music on a bigger scale. But in the same sense, nobody is saying hammer time anymore.
Nobody, not a person.
And his hammer, it's graffiti written all over it. Really, bro?
Really? That's what I'm saying, man. Like,
and that thing got snatched off the shelves so damn quick. Because I'm like, yeah, you gonna get fired or beat up.
Yeah. Yeah, and they were trying to sneak shit in there. I'm like, really? Like, and the thing about it is, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, as for example, making Mermaid black is like, okay, you made them black. Okay, we get it. You made them black. You made them white. Just like making the Golden Girls black.
Oh,
I don't get it.
You think they ain't gonna happen sometime soon?
I guarantee you to happen.
Guarantee you they're gonna get. They might go and actually ask Miss Felicia Rashad.
Exactly.
They're gonna get. They're like, who are all the famous black actresses that we can have on the show, you know, because Hollywood just like said, boom, okay, that stuck, that stuck, that stuck. Put it together, we got a show.
Exactly. But see, this is the weirdest thing, though. This is the weirdest thing, though. From what I feel, man, like in Titan, you know what I'm saying? You are a guy, you are a guy, you know what I'm saying? Just bear with us, bear with us, bear with us. Now, bro, now, bro, in am I tripping, or is do you think that they was pandering to the black folk, black culture, the way they made Black Panther? I think they was pandering because during that time of the riots and all that shit and all the racist bullshit, and
Well,
that's what I just felt.
I
That's
mean,
all.
I love the movie because Chadwick Boseman was an actor that was playing these pivotal and important roles. The man played Thurgood Marshall, first U.S. Supreme Black Justice.
James Brown,
James Brown. He played Jackie Robinson. Now you're
right?
giving Black Panther. And I was just like, and mind you, when he did that role, he had got first diagnosed with cancer then. And I'm like,
Exactly.
you know, when he did Civil War, was it Civil? Yeah, it was Civil War. When he was in Civil War, he was diagnosed then, all the way up until Endgame. And I'm like, yo, that's a strong dude. Now, as far as like the writing is concerned, it stuck mainly to the, you know, the source material. But I dig Ryan Coogler for what he did and tried to make it, you know, it's not accurate, but it's very entertaining. So
Right.
I can't really like, you know, I really can't shit on it, but
No, 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 no.
it
There's
could
no. There's
it was great for what it was, and Chadwick was really the driving force that brought it to life.
oh,
Him,
not.
Angela
Yeah.
Bassett, and Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, of course, of course. Now, the reason why I said that is like this. A, along back, like if you look behind the mirror of the situation, right, and exclude all of that, right? Do you think some racist motherfucker, if he had the chance, do you think? Now, no, seriously, do you think?
Just
Now, now I'm just thinking, like, cause, like, bear with me. Now, just think, like, do you think? Now, I'm not racist. I just, I like to talk about the elephant in the room. That's just me. If I see an elephant in the room and it's blocking my view, I'm going to try to move that motherfucker out the way. So, okay.
call the show the In Your Face show. It's like
Exactly. We get in on it. You know what I'm saying? We speak the truth. So put a racist motherfucker as a director and as the writer, right? You know goddamn well they'll be mocking the black culture.
oh, they don't know how to put a black face in the show to do that.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Of Egypt.
Exactly.
How does Horace have an Irish accent?
I don't know. How does Cleopatra
go across the pyramids here, yeah, boy? Like, no, I'm sorry, that doesn't work. Like Christian
exactly
Bale, but no. I was like,
Christian Bale was Moses, and Moses was black. That's what I'm saying.
For how long has
Was a Jew
regarded as the image of Elizabeth Taylor? Cleopatra was just as dark as you and I. But they think of Cleopatra, they think Elizabeth Taylor.
Because at the end of the day, in that region of the world, in that part of the world, they're in the sun most of the time. You see what I'm saying?
He's hot.
He's hot. Exactly. It's hot. You know what I'm saying?
No disrespect to any white people out there, but
no disrespect at all. You know what I'm saying?
One white person that talk like this with an accent from that part of the world. Okay.
Nah. See, Titan, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if Titan white, Caucasian, I don't know. But I'm just saying, no offense, I'm just saying, just really look at the elephant in the room. A lot of these movies are not, they're depicting their own agenda. And they are basically trying to push their own agenda and stuff it down your throat to make you regurgitate it and make you believe what they're trying to show you, basically.
Yeah.
Instead of and I just don't like that, and that's what I mean by if you see an elephant in the room, move that motherfucker out the way. And that's what I'm seeing, the elephant in the room. I got to talk about that because if I don't talk about that and we don't talk about that, we don't get that shit straight.
Yeah.
How are we going to be free as a people?
And see, and that's why I made my comic book, because I can't sit there and say this is the world when the world I look outside my window doesn't look like that. Now,
Exactly.
I got white neighbors. We all get along. We cool.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But I also got some Asian neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up with Latino, Black, Caribbean, and the whole nine. I cannot leave them out.
Exactly.
I can at least say hello in 4 different languages because I live in Brooklyn. Okay.
Damn right.
I live in Brooklyn.
And
New
I
York,
live in
period is a melting pot.
And I live in Camden, New Jersey. So yeah.
Still a melting pot.
Exactly. But and that's the thing, like it's like with the agenda that is being pushed, it's like they're trying to take it back to the slavery days where everything was segregated and everything was not right. And if you notice that in the world today, like really look at it, like you cannot tell me that. And I know a lot of people don't like to talk about this stuff. That's why you call it the In Your Face Show, because we talk about any and everything.
Yeah.
And it's all about helping people, not trying to disturb them and treat them like they fucking dumb. No, because I want to free people instead of enslave them. You know what I'm saying?
It's all about opening your mind, being, able to think differently, not just think one way. They say, America's the land of opportunity, land of the free. Yet, look at the jail system. We jail more people than anybody else in the world. I mean, in other countries, if you say anything bad about the government, you might get in trouble. But here, they just do certain things to you. It's covert, but they still do it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you want to say certain things that'll just free your mind. You want to be able to say, I'm able to do this, because how many times we've all been in class and say, yeah, you could do anything. You could be president. And we was all like this. Yeah, right. After a while, some people actually believe it now. It could happen again. Doubtful, but it could happen again.
Right. Yeah. But and that's what I'm saying, right? Is put it like this, okay? All right, let's just think about it like this. They put him in office to pacify our fucking asses, to be honest with you. To basically make you think that, okay, because you got a black man in office, you can act all out of fool. Oh no. They put him in office.
It's never gonna happen.
Exactly. And in my eyes, in my heart, man, the way I see things, it's not to force my beliefs on anybody. No, I'm just showing you what I see.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll be sitting there like, bro, you can't see? Like, here. I'm just, it's just near side. I can still see, but I'm just like, bro, take a look.
Bro, and it's
the comic book be like Batman, be aware of your surroundings.
Exactly. If you're not observing the world around you, and you could just think that it's just a mirage. Like it's like telling a person, "Don't step in that shit in front of you." Oh, what shit? And then you step in
Like you tell somebody, you got a little something on your face right here. Where? Like,
it. Exactly.
and
That's
then,
what. Exactly. Like that's like telling somebody, "Watch out for that wall." What wall? And then they hit their fucking head face on the wall.
what wall? Oh,
Oh, that wall.
that's gonna leave
And
you. Oh,
that
damn.
shit hurt. Oh my god.
Yep, that's blood. Okay, yeah, that's blood.
That's blood. You know what I mean? And that's just honest. That's honesty, bro. And if you really look at the world today, you know what I'm saying? It trickled over the comics. You know what I'm saying? In the comic books era, in comic books, we used to be it used to be free. Now it's all about politics and all about how you like what you should say instead of how you feel you should say.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's all about another person's opinion. It's all about not offending the next man. Get the fuck out of here. If you offended by what I said, it must be the truth, goddammit.
See, this world, and especially with this whole cancel culture, like you can't say anything, but they sitting there, oh, it's freedom of speech. But if I say something that offends one particular group, why do I have to suffer? Why do I have to lose my livelihood? Why do I have to be publicly punished? Like a prime example right now, Ime Udoka, the dude who should not have been dating fine ass Nia Long. This dumbass dude decides to go mess with some ratchet ass chick that works on the staff with them. You got Nia Long. And when I saw the chick, I was like, you cheated on Nia for her?
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody's talking about that. Nobody's talking about Brett Favre stealing all that money from people in the poorest state to make a volleyball gym because his daughter likes volleyball. Oh, you don't hear that. You got a little blurb in the news about that. But every day, Emil Doka has his violator got Stephen A. Smith and his crazy looking hairline. If he had to salute, he salute from back here. He's just sitting there every day, and then like, and see, that don't even get me started on Stephen A. But anyway, it's not fair and balanced. And you see, that's those kind of things I kind of point out in my book, but it's subtle. I'm not trying to like brainwash and make you feel bad about who you are. It's
right.
It's all about the truth.
Right. And see, and that's why I created the In Your Face show, to bring people on the show that want to speak out, that want to exercise their freedom of speech, that want to say what the fuck they want to say, how the fuck they want to say it, when the fuck they want to say it. Because at the end of the day, nobody is speaking out. Nowadays, niggas ain't got no fucking balls nowadays. Ain't nobody got no balls.
And see, especially in this media-driven world, because if you say the wrong thing, this is what happens. Just like that. You say the wrong thing, because we have people now that live vicariously through this thing. We have the e-gangsters, we have the the catfishes and all that other kind of stuff. People live through this thing. A lot of people they're bold now and say what they want because they're behind this and don't experience IRL, as they say, or real life. So they want to get behind the media and hide behind who they are. But it's, you got to be real with yourself. You can lie to me all day, but you got to be real with yourself because you got to live with that.
Exactly. And then that's truth be told, believing in what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? And if you have a platform, right? A platform is supposed to be something that you love doing. You build something off of it that you love to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Right? Why use a platform to make money off of drama and and basically telling people the way it's like enslaving another person with the way you're doing, you know what I'm saying, with the drama, you know what I'm saying, with the trying to expose a person, trying to exploit a person, trying to make them look bad or trying to destroy
That's
them.
that whole Wendy Williams style of, you just want to be intrigued. Well, people want to know. No, you want to know. That's why you ask all these damn questions. I was like,
Exactly.
and that's why she's suffering now. That's just a result of karma, which happened to be one of my characters. But anyway, people was like, oh, but Wendy's suffering now. And I'm like, I said, yeah, that's karma. How much respect you think her husband had for you when he was able to walk to a new life? He didn't go. He didn't go up further than a train stop. He didn't change zip codes. He went right there in the same state. He walked to the new booty right over there, made a whole new family, everything else, and came back to you was like, yeah, what's up? Nah, I don't feel like it tonight. I got a headache. And now you suffering. You starting to look a little crazy out in the streets. Ever since that day you fainted on your show, you starting to look crazy now. And all
That's
that.
because
I still remember Method Man was real upset that he didn't say he was going to do it, but I thought she was going to get touched because the way she was. Method Man's wife had cancer at the time, and they were trying to keep it on the hush and be quiet about it. She went and blabbed it on the news on her show, telling the whole world. Her family didn't even know. That was a man and wife. They did that. They made that decision. Let's keep this together. It's, we're going to fight this thing ourselves. We don't need anybody else. And I'm like, yeah, a marital union. That's what they wanted to do that. But she went outside and told all their business. Another prime example, while she was still working for Hot 97, Angie Martinez was dating Q-Tip. They wanted to keep it on the hush. They didn't want everybody in their business. And then when she saw them together, she said, "Ooh, girl, blah, 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 blah." And all that mess. And the next day, she went and told it on the show. And Angie caught her by the bathroom and beat all the brakes off of her. And that's when she left New York, had to go to, I think she had to go to Philly or DC or something like that, and then came back and then landed at WBLS and then started the show.
Damn.
Yeah, she and I've met Wendy Williams up close. This is when it was still 98.7 Kiss. But she was nice then. But when she got over the Hot 97 and she had the liposuction, gossip queen and finding out stuff. I still think she was in Atlanta, saw Usher and was talking about some gay rumors about him. And I was like, where's this coming from? Like, why are you so indebted to try to expose somebody's background in their business?
Exactly. That goes back to an enslaved culture because they're so embedded all into the drama, and it was embedded into their mind from watching the shit that they watch and watching the people that they watch. Nowadays, you don't see marriage working nowadays. You don't see relationships working nowadays. And I'm like, why? Because at the end of the day, a lot of these marriages are not made out of love. They're made out of money and lust.
See, now you
They say, yes, huh?
So you starting to preach now.
The thing about it is that
no.
the way to be honest with you is that a lot of marriages today, when it comes to comics, right? We're married to our products. You know what I'm saying? When we create it, we get into that marriage of it. You know what I'm saying? And when we decide to, like, when you decide to sell their shit for some money, that means you are divorcing your marriage between your creation. Am I right?
In a sense,
Okay.
yeah, I get it.
So if you really look at it, and you saying it like, oh, I can make another one. Can you? You get attached to it like you're in a marriage, just like you're attached to Weird World. Which Weird World? Strange World. Strange World. Sorry, not Weird World.
I was like, I ain't watched that. He got kicked off.
Strange World. My fault. Strange World. Just like you like that with Strange World. Just like I'm like that with Jarhead. So if you really look at it like that, think about it. Like these marriages, you're going through marriages like you're going through withdrawals. You know what I mean? And if you really
True to yourself, no matter what.
exactly, man. And a lot of people are jumping into these relationships and marriages and not knowing love and not knowing themselves.
Yeah, I mean, it goes way deeper than what we talking about here.
Mm-hmm.
That thing of why this is, and I look at my nephews and my nieces, and I sit there and look at how they, the relationship they're in. Like one of my nephews, he's in a happy relationship, 2 babies, they doing great. One of my nephews, he's like, yo, these girls out here bugging. I'm like, yeah. I was like, I feel sorry for you, bro, because that's that era that they come from. Every time, if you can just go be on YouTube right now and you can just look at some relationships thing. First thing you always see, what do you bring to the table? Why is that always the first damn question? Get to know me first. Then we'll worry about the table. What happened to courting? Like me, myself, my lady, we met, we were friends. I made this, the conscious decision to make this a relationship because we were already heading in that direction. We started digging each other and everything else, and we started to see where we fit in and everything else. We didn't. Not the first thing, like when you're in your 20s, your first thing like, I like you too. And, if the sex is whack and it don't work out, you leave it alone, you move on. It becomes a number game then. But when you get older and wisdom, wisdom starts happening at 30, that's when the light click on. For those of you 20-year-olds out there, wait till you're 30. Do all you want to do, get your body count up and all that good stuff. But use your brain, because the older you get, the wiser your decisions become. And you don't sit there and just make these fly-by-night decisions, because real talk, people have been in relationships, when they say, like, people are in your life for a reason and a season.
Mm-hmm.
And they should have been a season, and you get that life lesson out of them, but you made a life out of that lesson. And
when you wasn't supposed to.
Yeah. And now here it is 10 years down the line, you start looking at each other and, I don't like your ass no more. Now both of y'all in misery because it's just make better choices, that's all.
That, to be honest too, if people really understood the way, see, I'm looking at it from a comic perspective.
No.
To keep it on that narrative so people won't be like, why y'all jump to relationships from comics? I don't want to watch it.
Relationships is everywhere. Business,
exactly.
Political, platonic, romantic, everything is a relationship and it involves communication.
Yeah, and that's why, when I tell people, it's like this. Comics is 90% business and 20% art and fun. You got to get that business shit done first before you can go have fun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just like you have to get your homework done
before you go outside and play.
Exactly. Think about it.
That was always a must.
You had to.
Gold before labor. I think that's the way the phrase goes. Like you have to do the work first. I was listening to 50 Cent talk about this with his own son. Like, him and his son Marquise, they're not speaking. And I was listening to this today, and he was talking about how things was messed up between him and his son, because every time when he had to have the newest Jordans or whatever, he made it possible for him, because 50 was doing his thing out there in the street. Since 2003, 50 Cent has been a household name. So here is his son, and he's providing everything for him. When you sit there, give, he doesn't understand value. He doesn't understand worth. That's how you make a little spoiled brat.
And that's how you allow your children to disrespect you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
he said that's the monster I created. The thing that 50 did for his son. Now, this was the part that really, like, wow, 50 went and his son loves sneakers. So he said, look, if that's what you think about, like, whatever you think about morning, noon, and night, that's what you're supposed to be doing. If you wake up thinking about comic books, if you go to bed thinking about comic books, during the day you start thinking about comic books, you're supposed to be doing comic books. So
right.
His son was really into sneakers. So some shoe store was going out of business, and 50 went in to go buy some sneakers. So the guy was like, yeah, I don't know, I got to shut down and this and that and everything else. So he was like, he thought about his son. He bought the entire inventory of that man's store. Okay, now that man was like, yeah, I can retire now. I can go off, do whatever I want now. I said, 50 just bought all my sneakers. He moved it down to Atlanta, where his son is, put it in a shop, said, don't get a building, make an online sneaker thing. Right? So you're like, you're popular, that this, that, and everything else. Make it happen. His mother intervened, and they wanted to make this big building, some kind of boutique and everything else. The sneakers still sitting in the shop, in the warehouse that he was paying for. No sneakers have moved since. The store never came to fruition.
That's crazy.
And I'm sitting there like, the way 50 was telling it, he was blaming, the kid's mother. But I'm like, yeah, but you already made that monster of a kid that, you gave him everything he wanted, and he didn't have to do the things you had to do to get money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and see, this is the thing, I'm glad that, truth be told, I'm glad that I had to learn, that I had those obstacles while building the show, while building Jarhead. I'm glad I had to wait to get where I'm at. I'm glad, because I learned patience along the way, and I've grown, and my character as a person grown as well. That journey, as you go down that journey of learning and being patient, you're building character, you're building resiliency, you're building attitude, you're building emotional, an emotional side of you, you're building a sensitive side of you, you're building who God wants you to be, and that's how he can take you and build you into what he wants you to be, because you're vulnerable to the process, and you now will appreciate the process. And as you appreciate the process, your project is coming together slowly but surely, and voila! Soon as you know it, your project is a masterpiece.
Yep.
Bang.
You got to put the work in. You're not going to get it by wishing for it, by praying for it, because prayer without action does nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, pray, definitely pray, but you got to put some action behind it.
You got to go for it.
One thing, I always had learned from my mother. She said, when you pray for the method to it. Don't ask for the thing. Put yourself on the path. And I was like, yeah, because I want to work for it. Because when you work for it, you realize the value, and you realize what it took to do that. And then you pass it down, to whomever, whether it's, your daughter, nieces, nephews, whatever have you. You gotta, so, there's a lot of stuff in this head. But a lot of blood and brains. But there's a lot in here that
Blood and brains.
you know. I tried. I'm such a giver these days, because I've lost a lot.
I understand. I
So
lost a lot too along this journey of building this show and building Jarhead. So I understand.
you got to
See,
give, and it makes you a better person. If I do something like even today at work, I'm a fire safety director at a hotel. 2 kids got stuck in the elevator. I sat on them with the phone until the elevator mechanic came. When they came downstairs, I said, "Who's Jeff?" I said, "Me." And he just ran up to me and hugged me and started crying. Because I just stayed on the phone with him, keeping him calm. And he was there. He was there trying to be strong for his little sister, but he was scared shitless. He said,
yeah.
if you hadn't kept talking to me, I don't know what I would do. I just didn't want to freak out in front of my sister because my sister looks up to me. And he was 12 and he knew this.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, hey, look, little man, you did what you were supposed to do. Exemplifying being a man. You looked out for your little sister. That's all. I said, your dad's probably proud. He said, yes, he is. Thank you, man. And I was like, all right, get on me. You're getting boogers on me. But, that was, like I said, I'm a giver these days. So,
Well, see, and that's what it's all about. Because at the end of the day, when you die, you're going to be asked all these questions. It's going to be brought right back up. Didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? Or it was a great, remember, you know what I'm saying? Great the way you did that. And you'll be asked that, and I'm not trying to be going on to the Bible. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just giving an example on what can happen. Okay.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that every man and every woman, every person has a task at hand. It's only if you would be in a position to overcome and to make that task at hand come true. You know what I'm saying? Bring it to life.
Yeah.
We all have a gift. We all have things that we want to do, but only a certain amount of us. Many are called, but few are chosen. So think about it. All right. So think about it. Many are called to comic books and barbershops and being a barber and to beauty, whatever it is, and being a chef and all that stuff. Yeah. But only a few will do the work and a few will be successful at it.
Very true. Like I said, it's what you think about, you just gotta, like I said, if you wake up thinking about this, go to bed thinking about this, and you think about it at many intervals during the day, that's what you're supposed to be. That's a calling from within. That's God in here bringing it out. You gotta, you act on it. I've been with people that didn't want me to do this. What you doing that for? You ain't making no money at it. I said, it makes me feel good. I like this. I like doing this. I think about this. Like I own a bunch of mics because I like doing this kind of stuff. I got You see this one right here.
Mm-hmm.
And here's this one with my radio logo on it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I got a wireless one right here that I do if I wanted to, with a Bluetooth and everything else. And I actually did a commercial for somebody to get that for free. So
awesome. See, and I want to ask you about your radio show.
Mm-hmm.
What is your radio show about?
It's basically free-form conversation like we doing right here. Sometimes I'll talk about the particular subject of the day, or, sometimes I'll, because I know, especially during these past 2 years of the pandemic and everything else that came in between, the rise of the Karens and all that other kind of stuff, and people that just want to get stuff off their chest, I want to let them know that, hey, come and talk to me, if you want to talk about it. Because, mental health has been a big thing in these past couple of years. I mean, we've all, when the pandemic first hit, nobody knew what to do. I had got laid off from my job. I sat home for 3 months, burned all through my savings and everything else. But, now I'm back and, trying to do it. And I was doing that back then during the pandemic, just trying to, I was just playing music. But, of course, Facebook was doing this thing. Like, you copyright, that song belongs to such and everything. I was like, I'm not making any money. What? Let me just play the damn song on my stuff. I can play any song I want because I paid for that license, so no artist comes after me. Because it's about the people. People want to hear that music. So, if I decide to share a video or whatever, I shouldn't be penalized for it because there wasn't a money transaction for that. I'm just playing music.
Mm-hmm.
Music is so universal. You can go to any place in the world that won't know a lick of English. You can say Michael Jackson. You can say Jay-Z. You can say 50 Cent. Oh, I know that name, or know that name, or whatever. They'll just recognize that. Or you'll play a song and they go, oh, Stevie Wonder. Oh, yeah. Music is universal. So when they do these copyright claim things, it's still trying to control and come on. That's how when you try to take things away from people that's free, that's when you get civil unrest and all that other kind of stuff. And I still remember when music was always in school, art was always in school. We have to express ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is not going to be, everybody's not going to be a mathlete. Everybody's not going to be thinking about science and everything else. There are creative people in the world. You always hear people always say, we need doctors, we need lawyers. Everybody doesn't want to be a doctor or a lawyer.
Right.
Some
and
people
nowadays
express their creativity because that's them at their core.
And nowadays, you know what I'm saying? Nowadays, being maybe being a fucking lawyer is not the thing to do for them.
But I mean, and I'm not knocking being a lawyer because if you could take somebody's argument that they're losing and make it bigger so that they can win, that's brain power and creativity. It's just your creativity is on this curve.
Mm-hmm.
It don't have to be here that I can create this, I can create that, I made this. You could take the English language and oh, word? Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Case dismissed. You're free to go.
All right.
Everybody don't have to be that. Everybody don't have to have that jump shot. Everybody don't have to be able to be the greatest boxer or whatever. Everybody has a gift and a curse. It's all on how you use
it. Right. And that's true. You know what I'm saying? That's
the gift and the curse. So
everybody.
My curse is math. I'm not doing any kind of math without a calculator. I can add 2 plus 2, that 2, 4, but if you say like what's the square root of pi, I'm getting that Jeopardy look. Carry the one. You can hear the music playing behind you. Ding, ding. Matter of fact, I got it here somewhere. But
yeah, like that, and that's some real shit. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, bro, like we all know our weaknesses. I know my weaknesses, and that's women. Be honest. My weakness is women. I'm not good at math, so I'm gonna be honest. That my weakness is math too. You know what I'm saying? Like I hate it, but our world is all about math. You know what I'm saying?
It's another universal one. Math is always universal. That's why you see so many stores, even in the black neighborhoods. It's from someone foreign because all you have to do is know how to count properly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
People always like, you can't even talk. I said, but he know how much change you're supposed to get out that $20 bill when you buy that sandwich and a couple of Lucy's and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I'll be wondering. I'm like, how the fuck he don't talk no English, but know all that, not know that change that you're supposed to get.
How much you did? All right, let me just get this. And he goes, $5.75. Like, hold up. No entiendo. I don't.
Exactly, like yo, like that's why it's like
I'm not lying. Like
I know, dog. Like I'm around Spanish folks, so I know, bro. Like, dog. Like, oh my god, yo, it'd be so funny, man. It makes me wonder, right? It makes me wonder. Are we like? It makes me feel good, you know what I'm saying, knowing that we can say what we feel and feel what we say. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, at the end of the day, ain't nobody got no heaven or hell to put us in.
Excuse me.
You hear what I just said?
Yeah, you can basically make your own heaven and hell.
Basically, you know what I mean?
Here in my place, this is my heaven.
Exactly.
Here and disrupt my peace. If I want to, the biggest thing is I don't. Like one guy was like talking about like how do you stay so positive? I was like, look, when I'm at home, that's my place of peace. Whatever's going on in my world, the world does not have to know. And that's where it should be in your relationship, whatever. If you going something like this is at home. The world doesn't need to know.
Mm-hmm.
And social media and all that kind of stuff, when you get people that, they're so lonely in their world or whatever, they just want some kind of attention. I made a sandwich today. Who gives a damn? I used to always, especially like in the early days of Facebook, MySpace, and what's the name? Like, I remember I was posting some stupidness like it's like made a sandwich today or something. I didn't say that exactly, but it was just something like that. And it was like, and when I look back, I was like, damn, I was corny back then. My Facebook memories of 12 years ago, I'm like, damn, we're on social media. Okay. I was like, yeah, that was funny. But you get on in this and you grow, and you got to let people know what you want them to know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Don't give away everything, because people are out here like, when always you could say, especially when it's at the end of the year, yeah, this gonna be my year. I'm gonna get my stuff together. Guarantee somebody gonna be in your comments. Yeah, right. Or they'll say some craziness. You said that same shit last year. You're gonna have a hater. You have to have a hater. If you're doing good and you got no haters, that means you ain't doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody will be jealous of you no matter what.
No matter what.
Now, no matter what. Jesus had haters. Okay. Mm-hmm. That's why he was sitting there throwing people down or whatever. That's why he had his 12 partners with him and everything else. And Jesus didn't have a wife, because what woman gonna let him run around with 12 dudes and you don't, ain't no phone, you can't text or nothing like that. I mean, you're gonna definitely have haters, because like the things I've noticed, like when you doing your craft and people like it, yo, that's what's up. Yo, that's what's up. Okay, here, buy it. See, my dog ate the
exactly.
Or I gotta go find a short, fat, tall, something like that. Just make up any excuse just not to buy your stuff. Their neck to go buy Gucci.
Mm-hmm.
To go buy this. These people that won't even set up nothing in your neighborhood to take care of things you need. You chasing that label, that name. What are they doing for you? Like,
nothing.
It's so many things we could go into about this whole thing, but you gotta strengthen your own. Stay within your realm. Worry about the stuff that you can control. Stop worrying about what's over there and over there. Stay in your circle. Get the squares out of your circle, and take care of the stuff that you can control, and you'll be just fine. I can't worry about stuff that's over there. Oh, that's messed up. You know,
What can we say? It's fucked up. You know what I mean?
You just gotta, like anybody that got kids out there, prepare them for the world that doesn't care about their feelings. Because this world does not care about your damn feelings.
Hell no.
This world does not care about your feelings. But it's like when I see people, what you crying for? There's no reason to cry. Because nobody don't care if you cry. So you're gonna see,
Still though.
Like,
what's up, brother? What's up? What's up? What's up? Still though.
Like
boom, 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 boom.
Like when Lizzo went on, and she did all, she do her thing, she make herself a spectacle of herself instead of being spectacular. And then a week later, she want to cry on the internet because here come the internet wolves. And it's like, oh, you fat bitch, and this and that, and everything else. You need to do this. Why don't you go kill yourself or whatever? And sometimes words carry energy. Words carry power.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they can't hear. And then a week after she done did what she did, now you crying on the internet where people are still going to continue to make fun of you.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, be spectacular, not a spectacle.
Because nowadays, when you act out your character, people are looking for that. People want you to do that. People feed off of negativity nowadays. Yeah. People love a negative. That's why a lot of the podcasts that's out. A lot of the podcasts that's out, man. Like, if you notice name one thing that they're talking about positive, and name one thing how can you reconcile a relationship with violence?
You couldn't do that if you married a boxer. So
that's what I'm saying, bro. And that's why I said a lot of these shows are not true. Like The Breakfast Club. They're built off of drama.
That's all they're built off.
They're built off of.
Charlemagne comes from that school of Wendy Williams.
So
he's the resident smartass. He'll you can go back over years of interviews that he's done. How many people has he pissed off?
A lot.
That chair. I still remember the Onyx interview. Fredro Starr wanted to reach over there and wring his damn neck because he kept talking about did he smash Moesha on the show. Why you keep talking about that? You keep hanging on that same point. And that reminded me of a time when Wendy Williams and Charlemagne was there interviewing Judge Mathis. Go find that on YouTube. Judge Mathis versus Wendy Williams.
We doing good, brother. We doing good, my man. We doing good, my man. Doing awesome.
It's there's so many. When I look at YouTube, I got a Roku TV, so I can pull up YouTube and then watch whatever I want to watch on YouTube because I don't have cable. Cable kiss my ass. I mean, I got internet, but cable TV, Netflix.
No bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna pay the same amount anyway. I got Netflix, I got HBO Max, I got Disney Plus, and whatever other free apps that play whatever movies. When I go to YouTube and I look at what comes up, I see all this clickbait that's trying to make me pick the ratchet stuff. And I'm like, I try to pick other stuff so that it phases out, so the algorithm could be like, okay, he's not into that no more. He's into this. Like I got an MPC one. I'm getting back into my musical creativity. So like now with the tutorials I pull up, then I see this dude comes up. And I see this dude comes up. I'm like, yeah, surround me with that. I'd rather look at all that kind of stuff. I don't want to hear about, this person said that person and, about this, check this out. like with DJ Wackademics saying that stupid shit about, you know, old school hip hop artists. I'm like, this is how dumb he is. Without those old school artists, who would you be?
Mm-hmm.
If it wasn't for those old school artists creating hip hop, there was no business model back then. Nobody was making it. Hip hop was not a billion. I mean, well, not hip hop. Rap music was not a $1 billion industry that it is now. When hip hop first came out, none of the record companies wanted to touch it till they saw Rapper's Delight and how long it stayed on the charts and how much money it made. Then those suits decided to come like, hey, we'd like to offer you this. We'd like to offer you that. No, don't go with Sylvia Roberts. They come with us. You know, they didn't believe. They didn't want to take a chance. But when they saw, he's like, hold up, this little ghetto ass label just made all this money.
Mm-hmm.
We got to get into this. Like, send somebody down there, and they'll go send a spy, like they always do. They'll send a spy to go down there, and they'll sit back like, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, Cold Crush Brothers,
Sugar Hill Gang,
Treacherous 3. Okay, wait, what is this? This is a battle. Busy Bee versus Kumo D. They sit there, they took notes, they sat back and studied, and they go, And remember, the biggest tactic in the world that still works to this day is divide and conquer.
Mm-hmm.
And here we have it. Hip hop was smart up until 93, 94. The more gangster element came into play. Positivity was out. It's not cool to be smart no more. You got to be a thug now. That has its place in hip hop. But what happened, you know, up until that point, you had different flavors. You had De La Soul, you had Poor Righteous Teachers, you had these other people, you had, you know, you had all these different groups and different flavors that did not sound alike. They did not have that same damn 808 kit that you can get for free. You had some creativity going on. Everybody, and you know, everybody didn't rap the damn same way.
Right.
It was all about originality. And if you said somebody else's line, that was considered whack. You can't write your own line. There was no Ghost Riders up until the mid-90s. Ghost Rider, you can't write your own lyrics? What you in hip-hop for? Get out of here.
Right.
But, you know, I understand times change and everything else. And I'm not, you know, hating on some of these new dudes, because there are some new cats I do like. But for the majority of it, it makes me feel like, you know, those same arguments I had with my parents. But see, I can defend Run DMC. I can defend Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. I can defend Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. I can defend DOS Effect. I can defend all those kinds of groups. I can defend Public Enemy, which was me and my pop's biggest argument. All he kept talking about, like, but he cussed in the song. You didn't hear all the other stuff? You waited a whole song. He said, fuck in one song. And you said, look, see, right there. I'm like, yeah, but all the other stuff, the other 3 minutes, like, I said, but what about them Richard Pryor records? What about them Red Fox records?
Right.
I have to
Raw.
sleep because I didn't want to get my ass whooped.
Right.
And that fat nigga came down and sat on that shit. God damn. You know?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying, man. Like,
it's about, you got to have a balance. Balance is key to everything, and they don't want that balance. They want you to stay stupid. They want you to keep listening to this nonsense and negativity, so you don't grow. So this doesn't grow.
exactly. And see, this is what I mean when I say enslavement. It's still slavery to this day. And what I mean by they're just using music, they're just using,
Of course.
you know, technology, they're just using your knowledge against you. They're just using, you know, marriages against you, relationships against you. All that is
this whole
basically
with the way people feel now that, you know, like TD Jake said that, we trying to raise women and not trying to raise men because, during that, after the civil rights movement, you started seeing the breakup of the family household. Men ain't this, men ain't that. The women's movement came into play to make that even strengthen. That's right. You don't need no man, girl. That's right. You don't need no man. All that kind of stuff. So now you get the woman that's on the defense against the man, and the man is still like this, but come on, let's work together. What do you say, Brian?
He said, I like Richard Pryor, just not his content. No. That content was cool. This is dope, man. Look. Hey, bro, you get this. You get all of this for the low of 1995. Nah, I'm joking with you. You get all of this. Exactly. You get all of this at the In Your Face show. That's how we do. We speak from the heart.
Oh, before we go, I caught this at Comic-Con from the good people at Culture Fly. I know we were talking about Black Panther before, but I saw this and I had to have it. Damn it. I'm knocking stuff down.
Okay. I like it.
And on the... Whoop. It was all out the camera. Yeah, and I will be wearing this when I go see Wakanda Forever. Also, just to add other stuff, I'm working on doing some stuff on eBay. I got some Black Adams. I got some Pop Funk figures. I'm just little side hustle money and everything else. And I caught this there.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Jam Master Flash.
Because I had Run and D, but I had another one that was Jam Master J, but he was it was a B-boy stance, and it was a taller doll than it's bigger than this. So when I saw this, I was like, yeah, I gotta get this. $15.
Wow.
If you go to popfunko.com, $12, but it's Comic-Con.
Exactly. Hey bro, hey Stiletto, yo, bro. If you want to become a guest on the show, come hit me up in my inbox. You know what I'm saying? You know where I do. It's on Facebook.
It's on. See, that's when the weed kicked in right then and there. Just
what?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's it. But nah, though.
You ever had a pause? You ever just smoked some shit and you had a pause in your shit and just fucked it all up, man? It's fucked up. Him down. I ain't got no name. Stop it.
Him now, stat. But nah, though. I used to love all that shit, man. All that shit. But Stiletto, yo, reach me at King Daniel Taylor on Facebook. And, William K. Hollid. If you want to come on the show, let me know. Hit me up in my inbox. If y'all want to come on the show and make some noise and make some moves, let me know. Yo, I'm trying to get y'all on the show. I'm trying to do this shit right, baby. And look, Jeff, man. We were speaking that truth. We were speaking that spitty spit. You were speaking that shit. I mean?
I believe it's a sin to hold knowledge.
Bro, and that's what I'm saying. Like,
I believe it's a sin to hold knowledge. Because if I see you heading towards a brick wall and you don't know how to get out of the way of that brick wall, if I don't tell you, that's on me.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I've gone from the naive young dude that didn't know nothing to now I'm everybody's big brother, and I'm like, yeah, no, don't do that. My grandma always tell me that, baby, some people don't know the oven is hot until they burn their damn hand.
Exactly. And then burn the hand, and then they start crying.
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep you from getting burnt. So
exactly.
So at least in a month or two, I'll post the Kickstarter campaign. Come support the comic book. You know,
Hell yeah.
if behind our faces is one of the panels right there. My comic book is, I have characters from all flavors of the world. Not just 10 white guys and a token as a team. Everybody has a purpose. They have a great backstory. There's research behind that. I have my gay and lesbian, so the gays and lesbians, you are represented too here. Don't cancel me because we want our own characters. Like you have your own characters. I created them from scratch, and I did research with that community to make sure it's accurate. Which, as come on, information is some information is still free, and some people just don't want to take the time. Just all black people like fried chicken. Hold on, what?
Exactly.
You can't just assumption.
Exactly. All black.
Ask.
Exactly. All black people can't eat it. You know what I'm saying? All black people can't eat it because it's high blood pressure. You know what I'm saying? Clogged arteries. You know what I mean? But you know what I'm saying? That's passe, baby. That's passe. But nah, though.
It's knowledge is power. Go grab it.
True that.
That's all I can say.
That's why I say, man, we got to do this again, man. We got to do this as like I would say, let's do it again.
No doubt.
Let's really do it. You know what I'm saying? Because if you really look at it, man, why not make some noise? Make some noise and speak the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Truth shall set you free.
The truth shall set you free. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, Stiletto. Jeff's comic book is Strange World. You know what I'm saying?
And comics is COMIX because I'm going to be different.
Yeah, exactly. And you go find him on Jeff Strange on Facebook. Check him out. You know what I'm saying? You may like what he got to offer. You know what I'm saying?
Getting close to 5,000. So I'm like, I'm gonna start looking at people that I first joined Facebook with, like, you don't even talk to me no more. You don't like me. Get off my Facebook.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. Shit. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Okay, it's true.
The funny thing is, like, those same ones, a lot of those people, like, I hit 1,000 people in Facebook. That was from the games that used to be on there. And now so many people play the games and like, you say happy birthday on their page, they go, I'm sorry, when have we met? Okay, click. We have
it.
Card, no problem, bro.
Yeah, man. Like, that's why I say I have guests on the show that want to make a difference, that want to speak the truth, that want to speak their language, that go on these other shows and don't have that language to speak, that don't get the chance to speak. I have a show, I have a platform that brings the shit to you. You don't have to come to me. I'll come to you. You know what I'm saying? And I bring my fucking noise to you and have you bring it, have you join it and bring your own noise. And we make noise the motherfucking together. You goddamn right. And that's how we supposed to do it. And you damn right. You know what I'm saying? Power to the damn people. Now I'm just you know what I mean? But I'm just saying if we stick together and walk together and love each other and help each other in unity and purity.
That's all it's about. And
we all can.
And brothers, don't be afraid to say I love you to another brother. All right. Don't be afraid to say that I love you as a brother. Pause. Come on, be secure in your manhood. You ain't gotta keep saying pause every time you say something. If it sounds weird to you, you're like, oh, yeah, okay, I made a little faux pas or whatever. But every time you say something that, when you keep doing that, that means you lacking in your vocabulary. Step up your game in your vocabulary.
Yep.
That's all I can say.
Because that's over masculine, man. Over masculinity.
Yeah, and see, and that's when they use them buzzwords. Oh, he's toxic. He's toxic masculinity. You're like, no, I don't like him. No. I still remember a couple years ago, older gentleman, war veteran, Afghanistan, Desert Storm war veteran. He's working with me in security. He would get up, greet everybody, and like I said, he was old school. He would get up, click his heels, and bow when he would. Every women that would come up and everything else. Good morning, ma'am. How you doing today? I was like, one young lady passed by. He said, good morning. How you doing? You look nice today. She was offended. How? And reported him. Had him removed from the floor he had been working on for 10 years. Because this one woman got offended from you look nice today. I said, damn. I said, imagine if he'd have said, stink, bitch. What would have happened then? He probably would have got locked up.
Exactly. And that is when that Me Too or that cancel culture began.
And then the next day, that same woman would talk about, hi, Jeff. Get away from me. No. After she did that, everybody said, hey, Jeff. Nothing came out of my like, hey, Jeff, how you doing? Everything okay?
Or a brotherly love for you. Exactly. That's true.
I'm not uttering a word because if you look nice today made you upset, everything out of my mouth is gonna sound like this. Nothing sounds good to you. If you look nice today, upset you and pissed you off. Like, hey, Jeff. I'm not saying nothing to you.
That's true, man.
If I say something about the weather and she might be like this, he's talking about raping me in the rain. What? How we get here?
Exactly.
I was so offended at that. Like, you look nice today. Had removed this man from that floor that he was happy at, and that whole floor. When they removed him of that floor, everything just went into chaos because he knew everything. And like I said, he was military. He had that military mind, that strict order. So like when delivery would come in, he knew exactly what was going on. And he would have it this way, he would have it that way, and everything else. And he was old, but he had a heart of a lion because he didn't. If you came on the floor with the wrong attitude, you was leaving, and he was not afraid to say, "Okay, I may be old, but you're gonna feel me." I'm like, I think you're telling the truth. I think you ought to back up. I don't know if your medical insurance covers ass whoopings. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
Medical insurance, like, nope, that doesn't cover ass whoopings. Okay, let's back out of this one. Okay, all right, cool. Like, nope. I don't think I want ass whooping today. It's not covered.
I don't want. Exactly. That's what I'm saying, man. And you know what? I think we should. Yeah, I think we should do this again, man. We got to do something that's memorable, man.
True,
and
wasn't this memorable? Come on, y'all.
Hell yeah.
Titan, where you at? Say something. Where y'all at?
John, Ricky, Bobby, Mike.
Ricky, Mike.
Oh my God, yo, Bernardo. Let's get out of here, man. Let's get out of here. They done had enough. They done had enough. We ain't here to torture y'all now. We just here to sprinkle a little sauce on you. A little sauce. Yeah. All right. Thank y'all for watching the most awesomest, beautifulest. Thank y'all for watching the In Your Face show. The In Your Face show. It's all love, peace, and a bottle of hair grease to you too. Bye, y'all.